Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about it. Just hit fucking record. Just do it. Fucking welcome to another episode of Help I'm High and Can't Get Down. Woo! I'm your host, Eddie, and today for our live show, we decided we're gonna get fucking the man, always on the move, always on wheels.
Yes.
Matt Lyon, aka Hood Panda.
Woo!
Hey, what's up, dude?
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. So you, I don't know a lot about you. I just recently learned
Good.
that that you became semi-famous from a rollerblade naked through the city.
They consider that a stunt.
A stunt. Oh, a stunt.
Yeah, so in 2020...
Get that mic a little closer.
A little closer? Okay.
Is it working?
Check 1, 1, 2, 2, 2.
He's a little quieter than I am.
Where's Brooklyn at? Where's Brooklyn at?
Live shows are a little weird, you know. That was my mic. Keep talking, Matt. There it is. You guys hear him?
Can you say it like normal words?
Normal voice?
There it goes. Hell yeah. Thank
Dang,
you.
that made me cringe saying
Our secondary producer today for today's show is Eric Basso. Thank you for putting together the show. Everybody, give a hand to the savior. This is the guy. But so you had a stunt where you rollerbladed naked. Why the fuck were you doing all that? What made you even think about that?
I didn't think a lot about it, to be honest.
Was it like a bet? What was this?
Yeah, so my friends were talking that smack one day. To be fair, one of my close friends, he actually did the same. We call it the 670 challenge. So 670 is the highway here in Columbus.
Yep.
I'm sure you're familiar.
For those listening, this is...
There's a side street called Summit that ramps on the 670 highway.
Okay.
And immediately, say a mile or less, it exits back off on the Goodell. So my friend, like a year or two before, he did it because he's, just as crazy as about I am. And he got off the exit, went on the highway, and did it. We actually have a drinking game for his because he says, oh shit, about 147 times in that frame.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And we smoked a lot of weed that day. It was fun. It was good times. So he was talking shit, and I've been talking shit about doing it for a while as well. But we're also competitive with each other. So I'll do it skating backwards, or I'll do it in the middle of traffic. What topped it really is I was like, dude, I could do it naked. And it was this was on a Tuesday at like, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock.
So
Actually,
middle
no.
of heavy ass traffic.
I'd say it was
Little
the
children.
afternoon. Can you take that back? I think it was 2 to 3 because now I'm thinking about the lighting. And this was in December, so
Oh my god.
it was less than 30 degrees out.
So the white part of the Panda was out at that time of year.
And then once I got out the car, it went in. So 2 of my friends were there. And I told one of them, and one of them said instantly, bullshit. And I said, if you drive and you hold a camera, I'll hold my selfie stick, so I have 2 angles of it, and we'll do this. We'll pull over the light before the exit, and I had this big fur coat on and a panda head to hide my identity. That seemed like a smart idea at the time.
Okay.
And we did it. So I got out the car, we waited for the light, I dropped that coat and I threw it back in, and I grabbed the 360 cam on the selfie stick, held on to the car, naked as birth.
Oh,
and
shit.
They got me up to about 45 miles an hour until I let go of the car.
Bro, I was watching that video and I was like, how fast is he going? And then you have the little piece, because you did some pretty good editing on it. Mm-hmm. You have like the part where you're like holding the stick and I just see one of your feet just go like this. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
oh no.
I didn't recognize until later, and somebody else had to point it out to me, that I dodged debris, and I also hit like a pothole in the middle of that. So I hit the pothole first, and you see everything shake, and I'm still going, but I was going so fast, and my wheels were so big that it just worked out. And then somebody beeped, and I looked back, and then I looked forward, and I went around like a truck strap that could have easily probably taken me out. Naked as bird, going about 30, 40 an hour.
What's wrong with you?
I've been rollerblading.
What do your parents think of this?
I don't know. Back to the point of skating on the highway naked. What else do you want to know about that? How fast I was going, how naked I was. My tan was about at not even a 2 because it was winter.
Did you ever get like pulled over or anything? Did you get caught? Like,
not at that time.
Not at that time?
Not at that time, no.
Oh, you've done this multiple times.
I have done that multiple times, not naked every time, but I did do it once about a year before, loose off the yak. Somebody, just do it. It was like late at night. The closest encounter I came with as far as getting in trouble with the law is, and not a lot of people know this because the Columbus Dispatch didn't dispatch this. A couple days after I came out and admitted it was me, because there was a lot of slack coming my way because it is public indecency, reckless endangerment. If a kid sees me, I'm a pedophile. Like it was a lot. Like on the radio, I was telling them I was wearing a sock. It's not true. Because like
you're here first, guys.
Yeah, it was real. So at that time, I was kind of in a space of, do I admit to this? But at the same time, I've been making content online forever. I was like, of course I admit to this. I need credit. It was on the New York Post without my name. My ass was on the New York Post without my name. TMZ without my name. So I had to come out and say something and send something out to those companies. And take my heat.
Sip break.
The Columbus Dispatch reached out to me, I want to say 4 days after, and given in this 4 days, nobody knows who I am. Other than, if you know, you know, but the world doesn't know who did this. And the Columbus Dispatch knew, and they reached out and they wanted to do an interview. They wanted to meet up. They wanted to do a photo shoot. So I did that. And I did it in this place in like Clintonville. It's at like a parking lot that most like skateboarders go to. And there was nobody there, like 1 or 2 people. So we're doing the interview. We're taking shots. You know, at one point I was like, if you guys want to take a shot of me like in my underwear and I'll cover up my junk with like the Panda head, I can do that. And I'm wearing the Panda head and I have rollerblades on, but I have clothes. And all of a sudden, during all this, it's going good, vibing. A cop car comes in and parks. I guess they do their paperwork there or just chill sometime. And when that happened, the Columbus Dispatch reporter and photographer, they were spooked. Like they were a little scared. Like I didn't see the cop first, they did, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And I looked back, and they were like, "Is that gonna be a problem?" And I said, "Don't worry about them. We're just gonna act like they're not here. If they come up, we'll just, I don't know, weasel our way out of it." But because they work for a newspaper, which is media, I guess it's like some probably weird law that they are obligated. They cannot lie to law enforcement in that situation. Rather than me, I'm going to tell you, that's not me. So the cop ended up coming over. Yeah, the cop came over and asked questions, and he was like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "It's a social media shoot. I'm paying these people." And he was like, "Oh, okay. So you're that guy that was on the highway a few days ago?"
That's fucking funny.
Eddie, I've never lied so good in my life in that moment. I told this guy that it was, I said, I just have a Panda head on, and that guy hasn't came out on anything, so I'm just riding the coattail.
Whoa.
You didn't have a Panda head during
Listen to
Halloween?
him. He was just talking all this shit about how he wanted all the credit, and then someone's like, "Was that you?" He was like, "Nah, man, that wasn't me."
Not the legal credit. That was fucked up. So I weaseled my way out, and he took my name, and then after he took my name, you know, I was like, "That's not me," yada yada. Just wanted him to get away. Then I left, and then my friend Adam, a little show, shout out to him. He said, you know, while you're grabbing this wave, why don't you come out where I'm at in San Diego, and let's make some videos and keep it going. So he flew me out. I quit my full-time job.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I went back. I was working at FedEx. I went back in, and I was like, it's gotta be low key. Nobody's gonna know. First thing here, hey, Naked Panda, this and that,
dude, that's
and
fucking
I'm like,
awesome.
damn,
That's fun.
all y'all
That's
are
hilarious.
snitches on payroll. So I quit that, and I went out west. I started a GoFundMe in case I had any legal fees, which I didn't. I left for a couple weeks, went to San Diego, went to LA, went to Denver, all with Adam,
Okay.
and made a whole road trip out of it. When I came back, things cooled down, and then I started getting, you know, treated like a king.
Like the king he is.
Like
Thank
king.
you, everybody. Give him a round of applause for all that. That's fucking
Yeah,
Jesus
thank you.
Christ.
The legend lives on.
All right, so really quick, let me see. So we asked some people. I don't even know if it's still up anymore. Let me see. Whoops. Yeah,
Dude, that's sick. That's what you watch?
Yeah, dude. All right. So I'm trying to see what we have for questions. So I also want to know, how long have you been skating for?
About 14 years. The end of 2007, 2008 is when I started, and I've been skating ever since. And in, I say 2017, is when I really fully committed to, I'm about to be the biggest I can be within this lifespan. I used to skateboard when I was younger, and I broke both my hips in a golf cart accident when I was 13. So I couldn't skateboard the same when I got back. So I started rollerblading. And
Damn.
yeah, right? Talk about childhood trauma. Like, I was in a hospital for like a week.
Who was driving?
It was at like a church summer camp back then. So like one of the counselors was trying to wall out, and it was in West Virginia.
He told him no.
Yeah. Actually, I said, let me get in the front seat, and I flew out. They were going down the steep driveway, you know, tipping and turning. They turned it, and when they turned it, I flew out of the passenger seat. Everybody else, you know, scattered out, but it rolled 3 times, and the last time it landed on top of my young body and fractured my left pelvis, once in the front, twice in the back, and it dislocated the right.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, wow.
That was before I started skating. That was my big injury.
And so what made you decide to then be like, I have all these broken body pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Why not break more of them?
Given I had a good run, I didn't break anything else until I was about 22 or 23. I say in 2017 was rough. I had a really bad concussion. I consider I broke my head. And then a couple months later, I actually broke my arm skating, trying to do more backflip variations. And I broke both bones in this arm. You can see this is where it actually popped out, and that's where they cut open.
Damn, that's fucking gnarly, bro.
14 screws and 2 plates in there.
14 screws and 2 plates. So
That
you
was
don't even have an arm.
that was another pivotal moment in my life where I was like, am I about to just go back to work and focus all on that and forget skating, or am I gonna, you know, take care of myself, get in the gym, start doing yoga, eating well, and come back 120%? And that's what the fuck I did.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who's like your biggest influence when it comes to like skating? Because like rollerblading is a little different, right?
Yeah. That's a big question. because I get influenced for like street skating. Like there's like the hardcore skating that I do that most people don't see, because it's like we make full sections and we make skate videos, and that's just mostly the skate crew and the homies getting together and documenting it, and we all skate good together, so what comes out of that is just beautiful. But then there's other people that influence me for like social media. Like there's this dude Air Dolphin, and he is I'm serious.
What the fuck is up with you guys?
We all have names, okay?
I know
there's
so.
Air Dolphin, Air Manatee, but some people like that, they kind of they're really talented at skating, but at the same time they have adapted to this social media shift, because it used to be you have to put all your videos on Vimeo because YouTube would take down your music, and then it used to be YouTube, but you have to be more on the vlog side. Then it went from YouTube to Instagram, from Instagram to TikTok, and now it's kind of on Instagram and TikTok, and you have to follow the lanes that and the roads that they kind of make. So what we would really like to do is I'd really like to go film all my stuff and put it to my favorite song rather than the trending song. But do the social media, just have fun, don't take it that serious, grab that trending song and roll with it.
Do you do a lot of research on this stuff?
I did in when I broke my arm in 2017 and started healing. One, I was editing a full-on skate video with pro skater like Montre Livingston, my friend Blake Hyatt, and me. It's called Scrubs, and we made that for Selfie. So we sold it as a video on demand, made money, and I dispersed it through the skaters and myself. But let's see here. What's the question again?
I asked if you did a lot of research on like social media,
Oh yeah.
like all that.
So after that is when the shift happened to Instagram, and I remember specifically Googling with like a cast how to grow your social media, how to go viral, and the instructions are there. It's like it doesn't happen to everybody overnight, and when it does happen overnight, it does not stay for over the course of a year. So when I went viral skating naked on the highway and everybody went to my page and saw that, oh, wait a minute, this guy's been doing this and this and this. I did a 30-day blade challenge where I skated every day for 30 days and made videos. And then I continued doing that, and just not the everyday challenge, but continuously making content, staying with the hashtags, following guidelines to stay in the algorithm for Instagram. So by the time I went viral, I already had a honest following of, I think, like 4,000 or 5,000 people. And that's no bots or robots following me. That's me networking. That's me finding a logo, printing stickers, putting stickers everywhere I go. When somebody says, oh, those are nice rollerblades, never seen that. Well, here, check out my page and don't talk to me anymore. Like, because when I started rollerblading more in 2019 around Columbus, everybody wanted to talk about it. And it got to a point where I would go out and skate all over the city with these big light up wheels and in a speaker, and everybody wants to talk about it. And then I got to go into who I am, what I do, and send them to my Instagram. So a sticker took care of that, and also I was wearing a mask all of 2019 before the pandemic for two reasons. One, so many interactions with people. I make weird faces.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I might have just held onto a car, hit a couple bong rips, held onto a car again, and like now here we are, and you're questioning how I rollerblade. So the mask kind of took care of the weird, mouth phase. And then two, the stickers, man. The stickers helped a lot with getting the name out, and then I give it to him, one person, the other person. And I was doing that from my city to the next as much as I could before I went viral. And then that's when I gained a wave of 7,000 solid more followers.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think you're at like 12.5, 12.6. That's
Yeah.
pretty, I was gonna say that's like the biggest person I have had on here so far. So
Thank you.
yeah. But
Some wouldn't even consider that too big, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
if
yeah.
12,000 people were sitting in a room in front of you,
yeah, this would be.
you would choke. Yeah, it would be a little different. That's why I tell people when like, I don't have more than 500 followers, and I said if 20 of those followers were in a room looking at you, you might feel a little different.
Exactly. That's like the one thing with comedy that is like super interesting because it's like, you know, you have like a room of like 5 people and it still, you know, can feel fucking, you know, daunting because, you know, you have to do your set and you're like, how's this going to go in front of these people?
Right.
You know, but 20 people, that's a fucking show. That's like, oh shit.
Exactly.
This is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So
you go ahead.
So you've been skating since 12 is what you said, right?
About 13. 12. Into my 13 year of life, yeah.
Okay. And then so why did you choose skating? Like what made it why didn't you do bungee jumping? Why didn't you do fucking parkour or some bullshit?
My close friends, and still to this day I have 3 really close friends. There's the 4 of us. Myself, Hawk, Paul, and Bradley. And Hawk, Paul, and Bradley, I'm 27. They're in their 30s now. So they were a little older than me, and they lived like in the same neighborhood. After I broke my hips and recovered, which I could not walk for 6 months at the age of 13. So I went from hospital bed, walker, crutches, a wheelchair, you know, all that. I was skating around the neighborhood because my leg was so weak I couldn't do any more tricks. And I was skateboarding and I saw them all skating what we call a practice rail, which is usually made of wood with a PVC rail on top. And they were all rollerblading on it. And I went over there, just a little scrawny kid. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, can I ride my skateboard?
I feel like it doesn't sound much different than you know.
Yeah, right? I never grew into my voice. But they were skating, and one of them let me try on their skates, and I started grinding that rail. And after that, they were really shocked because they haven't seen somebody come around at my age. I was 13 at the time, and just pop them on and be like, I could do this because I can do that right off the back. Give me a couple months, you know. Yeah. I think 4 months after that, I hit my first handrail. Okay. So like when you're younger, you have the confidence. There's a theory, I think, and I think it's I've seen this with a lot of rollerbladers, and I've seen them skate from when they were a young kid. I think you're always as good as when you were young. And I've had to remind myself that a couple times in my adult life, like, oh, that trick would be good. I haven't done it in a while. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But no, if I did it then, the same body should be able to do it now. Okay. Given I slowed down jumping off
memory and everything and bullshit. Like
yeah. It's mostly mental, but at this point too, like once I hit like 25, I started feeling my body was talking a little louder. So if I don't diet right for a couple days, you know, it might not line up with what my mental says I can do.
Dude, I fucking know it, man. My fucking lower back right now is killing me. Like I'm just 26 right now, but it's like already getting to that point where I'm gonna be like.
You're 26?
Yeah.
I'm older than you, damn.
How old are you?
I'm 27. I'm about to be 28.
Oh my god, he's acting like when he said it like that, I thought he was gonna be like, I'm like 35.
My body is about 35.
Yeah.
Especially my legs and back.
I got a lot of gray hairs too, so it's like, you know, a lot of people think that I'm a lot.
I'm not trying to brag, but I got 4 chest hairs that make a statement.
That's an age thing I hear.
My dad's got chest hairs, so I think, Dad, what age did your chest hairs hit?
50.
Hey! I was gonna say, I think that's what my dad said. I think my dad said that it was like he was like a late bloomer when it came to like chest hair.
I mean, my chin hair comes in like pubes on my neck, so it sucks.
Dude, I mean, I like the hair. I think
Thank you.
And yeah, I feel like so this is all yours, right? Is that illegal to ask? Is that illegal to ask?
It's not illegal, but god damn it, it's asked a lot more often than I thought it would be. When I grew dreads. I've been growing my dreads since 2017, pretty much when I broke my arm. I grew my hair when I started rollerblading, and then I started growing my dreads when I broke my arm. So that was 2017, and I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and once the first year, they're really ugly. They get real fuzzy. They almost come apart. You gotta get them done again and whatnot. So now they're at the
Boy
point
style?
where, now they're at the point where, like, if I don't put them on top of my head before bed, I'm gonna have neck pain in the morning.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do this summer, but something bold, like probably like all something that I like. Probably, I don't know. I've always wanted to have like a bold color of hair, so like probably look like a bunch of
I
Grinch
thought you
fingers
said
on
you
my
were gonna
head.
chop it all off. That's what I thought you were going with.
No.
I was like, that's bold.
I would have to rebrand everything, and I don't have time for that. I'm not there yet. My logo is a panda with dreads. Like, there's enough logos of just a panda. The dreads is what makes it.
So why did you choose Panda? Why is Hood Panda your name?
Okay, that's a good question. Not good enough for them.
Be right back.
So I started going by Hood Panda. That was my Instagram handle a few years back, before Designer came out with that Panda song. And I got the Panda nickname because when I was younger, I'm mixed. I'm black and white. My dad is white. My mom is black. Proof. They're right there. Black and white like a panda. So I got Panda as a nickname. The hood part is once I moved out of mom and dad's house,
He's like, finally, Jesus
things
Christ.
started getting a little bumpy. 18, 19, 20, 21, I got my own place, and I said, damn, this place is affordable. And I got it, and I realized I was in the hood. So I lived in the hood for about a year and a half, and then
Where
that's
was that
when the
at?
Instagram. You know, you'd be surprised. It's so gentrified now.
Oh shit. What is it?
So HUD,
Oh.
Clintonville, Hudson area.
Really?
Yeah, campus housing. I mean, it's still a little, it still be popping, like
Yeah.
literally gunshots.
Yeah.
But I mind my business and live kind of in a nook. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the Rallies is probably the most dangerous spot on High Street.
Yeah, back when I first got that apartment. Funny story. I got that apartment when I was 21. No, I was 20. Because I had my 21st birthday in that apartment. It was crazy. It's like 15, 20 people in this small one bedroom. But I got that apartment then at 20. And I think 22 and a half, I moved to North Carolina, to Charlotte, North Carolina for a little bit. My family's live in the Carolinas, so I moved there for a little bit. And I moved back, lived with roommates. And then eventually I got the same apartment back.
The exact same one?
The exact same apartment.
Oh shoot.
So it's way different now than what it was then when I was like 20, 21, really wilding. Wasn't really skating much. Was just like, I don't know what I had to prove, but I was going hard. So
Okay. Hell yeah.
I like it.
Do you think Columbus is going to be one of those places that you're going to stay, or you want to go elsewhere?
Oh, if you ask me that in the next winter, I'll probably be like, yeah, fuck this place. I'm trying to leave. It's
The sun's
been
coming out now.
I like Columbus as a home base, and I would like to get to a point where I can just, when I need a break from it, I can travel away and then always come back. But I also say that because Columbus is so far affordable.
Right now, yeah. I was going to say,
Yeah.
it's getting a little nuts in some of the suburbs, dude. Like,
But if you're, what do they call it? When you're veteraned in or grandfathered in to
Yeah.
like the old rate,
yeah.
which is what I'm at, I don't want to pass it up. Like,
Yeah, of course.
but I've thought like, I've never been to Arizona, but I feel like I could see myself in like Arizona, where it's
Ooh.
hot and I can
Okay.
skate through the winter, and if I really wanted to, I can go to LA, and that would be my trips right now. Because right now I just travel the East Coast. Which is fun. I've done it a lot though.
So you're Hood Panda, and you said that you had these other friends that you're still kind of friends with or whatever.
Mhm.
Are you guys like a group, or is it just you? Are you just solo, or is there like a Hood Hawk, Hood
Wait.
Panda, Hood Dolphin?
We actually call my friend Hawk Hood Goose.
Goose.
Yeah, and there's a
I like
reason
that.
for that, because he's a little bit more of the hothead in our crew. You don't want to go up and just touch a goose. Because you'll get fucked up, and that's why we call him Hood Goose. We have my friend Hood Possum. That's my friend Paul.
Oh, they are all hoods.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yes. This is what I wanted.
All of them wanted hood names, and then I have my friend Bradley. He is Hood Panther. he got that because he's the actual, he's the real black guy in the group. So, not to be stereotypical, but I was like, what else? We're going to call you Black Bear? He didn't like that one either. And I was like, come on, T'Challa. But yeah, they're not a
So how many of you are there?
That's 4 of us. Those are the 4 friends that I met when I started rollerblading. So obviously they're a little older and they're all kind of on their separate paths a little bit, but every now and then we still bring it together.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
I still see them
Do a little
regularly.
collab skate.
Yeah, I bring them along for my crazy adventures or have them hold the camera. Yeah, that's the best part.
Dude, so would you, where do you want your fame to go with a skating thing? Are you thinking video game? Hood Panda, pro skater?
Do you know how cool it would be if you could play a video game to skate around the city? I mean, I'm sure you played Tony Hawk. Once it started getting advanced, you can skate around cities and stuff, right? Now imagine if you were doing that with rollerblading and you can still grind down the rails and spin and also hold on to cars and get into a super speed mode while you're going. The closest thing we had was Jet Set Radio and Aggressive Inline. I never played Jet Set Radio, but I pretty much live out the dream of rollerblading around town with a graffiti marker or a can of spray paint in my pocket and a stencil of Hood Panda.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are you good at but he's got a stencil. He's not great at art. Oh.
Rollerblading is my art, so I'd say I'm
there
pretty
it is.
good. But yeah, freehand not so good. But I like to do wheat pasting and stencil art's really cool. And just making art was another outlet that mentally helped me out a lot and to release some stuff. But sometimes I just put statements up around the city. I can't even say because that shit's actually illegal. But if you see something that's probably funny on a wall, it might have been me. It might have been somebody in the middle of the night on
Corn
rollerblades.
cobs are too high.
Sex is better with a stemmy.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that one went semi-viral. I'm not even scared to admit that one, but that one was pretty funny. But I don't know. Yeah, literally anything I think of, I can write it on newspaper, put it up somewhere, or just write it on a power box. I like the kind of art that makes you stop, makes you think like I just said that to you.
I also know that because actually how I met you was comedy. So you do comedy too.
I do. I sure do.
How long have you been doing comedy for?
Since June 9th, 2021.
Oh shit! So you're pretty new.
Yeah, I just remember that because it was my birthday.
Okay.
And I was at Red Rock. And I'd say 2 to 3 months before this, I started going to comedy open mics. I started listening to a local comics podcast.
Ooh.
Shout out the plug.
Hey!
I started listening to local comedy podcasts, started going to open mics, because I started feeling, I didn't feel like I was losing the spark, but I wanted to sharpen my sword of what I'm doing. Because yeah, I can rollerblade. Yeah, people say I'm funny. Can I combine it and sharpen the funny part a little bit more? Because sometimes I don't feel like I'm funny. Sometimes I don't feel like being funny. So let's get into it. So I started watching how comedians work, started noticing how they deliver material, talking to a little bit more, and I started writing my own. I worked at a bar at the time, so I would try my jokes on people at the bar. Months leading up, I went to the open mic on my birthday at a Red Rock pub, which if you're from Columbus and you know Red Rock pub, it is not an easy room.
Dude, it is rough. I always talk about that one. That's I've only been twice, and the second time I bombed so hard I didn't go back. So I have not been back.
I feel you. I feel you. But the first time I went, it was like, or not the first time, but the night of my birthday, I was on one. It was my birthday. I was drinking wine. I don't know. I was feeling good. And
wine drinker. Ooh, I didn't peg you to be a wine drinker.
Well, I'm black and white, so I'm either drinking champagne or Hennessy. And tonight I'm drinking Hennessy. What's up, nigga? I'm just white enough when I say nigga, people are like, like, which is another thing at Red Rock.
Your dad must be so salty. He's like, God damn it, I can't even say it.
He'd be blurring it out during sex.
He just sends the N word star.
Exactly. ER, and I'm like, Dad, it's 2022. Oh man. So yeah, I started doing comedy at Red Rock. I hit that open mic, and they convinced me to hit it up. And I had all these jokes written out. And with comedy, you kind of write the key points you want to hit, and then once you're up there, you're gonna remember what you're doing. And I did it, and I delivered. I made jokes about, rollerblading on the highway, the hardest part about rollerblading, a couple other things, why I don't hook up with white chicks, because they sleep talk and they say nigga in their sleep. So I said all that, and it was so successful, so successful. And
what is the hardest part of rollerblading, by the way?
You don't know?
No. What is this?
That's a deep one. All right. Are you skateboarders here? Okay. Rollerblading didn't exist till 2020 because skateboarders back in the day used to make fun of us very homophobically, calling us fruit booters, which means you're, gay, and then skating with boots on, so they're fruit boots and that kind of thing. But a joke that they would run as well is, what's the hardest part about rollerblading? Oh, what? Telling your parents that you're gay.
Was it hard?
It's not a real thing, is what I found out. No, honestly, I've never put on Lady Gaga and skated slow, so I don't know what the point is. I've also never met a rollerblader who is actually gay and better than me. So I think the hardest part about being gay is rollerblading. That's my argument. But that's
a part of their presidential exam that they have to pass.
Yeah. So with that being said, it is all jokes and funny. But I've seen over a decade of rollerblading, I've seen people get into rollerblading, a younger crowd, and then some asshole says that to a younger person, and they feel so discouraged that they quit. And I saw that happen so much that skateboarding's getting all this money from Tony Hawk and stuff. I seen rollerblading as an industry and a community really go through a hard recession. In 2018 is when I said, you know what, I need to bring this back. And I became a skate instructor, and I started teaching the younger generation because the older generation was discouraging me. They were already giving up, but I refused to give up the love I had for it. I was like, no, this makes me happy. I don't think this is gonna die. And I believed that it would come back. So that's why I started skating more in the streets and all up and down the road with a speaker to get attention, and started teaching people. I said, if you want to learn how to skate, I can teach anybody how to skate. I'm certified to do so.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Give him a hand for that. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I was single-handedly trying to bring it back, and then the pandemic happened and everybody picked it up. Rollerblading sales in the industry went up 300% during the pandemic.
And how much of that was to credit of you?
A lot. How much money did I see? Not enough. Not enough. It's still a thing that I also made it a point to, I want to rollerblade, but I also want to make some kind of income off of the passion that takes up so much of my life. With that, you have to know how to hustle. You have to know how to hustle. You got to build yourself, then you got to hustle yourself. A lot of pro rollerbladers and stuff I've seen come in and out who are way more talented than me can do the craziest stuff. But once you're done, if you don't market yourself, you don't sell yourself, if you don't say, hey, I think what I got is cool and maybe we should collab and you should share some of that wealth you got. If you can't do that, which 95% of most rollerblading does not reach out to outside sources, that's how I got something. That's how I made something out of myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, trying to monetize your fucking like dream is like the biggest hurdle that everybody has to like, accomplish.
Yeah.
Comedy is like fucking, super difficult because it's like you have to like beg people to come out to your shows. At least if you're rollerblading, you just say, hey, just look out your window, you know what I mean?
I did produce a couple comedy shows myself. I was working at a bar and they were doing trivia and they were like, maybe we should do karaoke night. And I said, hey, I have an idea for a comedy show. I've been practicing comedy 3-4 months at this time. And they said, okay. And I said, well, I want the patio and the TV. So I had my little bits of comedy I've been working on. And then I'd show them something crazy I filmed. And then I'd introduce the next comic. And I did that about 3 or 4 times. And I made it a point to make it an all-black show because it was in Grandview. So that also fed me more material than it was the first black show. Probably still at this point the only all-black show in Grandview other than Afro Man visiting. But I did that a couple times, and a couple of the video segments were obviously the highway was the ender and open it up for questions, and I did a ring of fire. I am the only rollerblader to 540 spin through a ring of fire and also go through a ring of fire naked. As birth.
Yeah.
Naked as birth.
Damn, son. So you've been in both extreme cold and extreme hot
Yeah.
with nothing but your wiener.
That's how I made my mark in Black history. Every February I bring up I jump through the ring of fire. I'm the only nigga to do it.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sebus Sip asks me, what does sap fap lit mean?
Wait, sap fap.
Am I saying that right? What's that mean?
Alright, I'll tell you what it means. It means I suck a pussy, fuck a pussy, leave it there.
Well, there it is. There it is, Mom and Dad.
Should have told your mom to close your ears first.
I should've, I'm sorry. It's a Lil Wayne lyric that I've been living by, and it's hilarious just to randomly say it. Fuck a pussy, leave it there. And that's like the way he says it. So every time I say it, I'm like, oh.
We're sorry, Mom.
I'm glad he said that. So if you see that written up on anything in Ohio, like on a porta potty, in a bathroom,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
That's what that means. So you have like a whole fucking, like, you have like this whole like Hood Panda brand that you've built, right?
Yeah.
And you sell shit? You have like rollerblade
Niggas,
wheels?
you the feds? What are you asking?
No, and then, well, I mean, hey, we can talk about what other stuff you sell. I'm just talking about, I saw that you do, like, you have, like, you're selling your own, like, rollerblade shit. You're, like...
Yeah, I make my own clothing.
You make it?
Yeah, I usually do kind of almost graffiti style with stencils and stuff, or I'll screen print or vinyl print. The thing about the merch and clothing I make, and I don't promote it too much on online in case unless somebody like asks for something, I have it, I'll sell it to them. But I usually just pop up randomly, and everything I make has my logo, and it will be usually a one of one. So if you get that, that's yours. The last pop-up I had
Like, unique items.
unique items.
The first NFT developer
Yeah.
is right here.
Real FTs. Yeah, real fitted tees.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was, dude.
But since they're all custom made, like if you get that, that's yours. And the last pop-up I had at like an art jam at Lookout Supply on the west side, shout out them. I set up a table, and I put everything out, and when somebody would ask, how much is this? I said, you know what, today I'm doing a little experiment, and it's donation based. So They're like, what do you mean? I was like, you just have to make a donation. Could have been like anything. You could have been like, I'll give you this shirt, my shirt for that shirt. Like I could have been like, okay. But I let everybody else decide what it was worth, because the worst part about setting up and selling your own stuff, it's hard to put a price on myself.
Yeah.
Like,
especially like when like people walk up and they're like, how much is this shirt? And you're like, I don't know how much you're charging, but like if you were like $30 and like, well,
$30 might sound steep for somebody, or they might just not have it. They're like, I want it, but it's not that. I'm like, all right, well, how about 20?
How did that go? How did that donation go?
I sold more, because I know that some of the stuff is I know the price points of what I paid. I sold, quantity wise, I sold more, and I made more because I only had one shirt sell for 10, and the rest of them were 20s, 30s. I had a $45 shirt sell. That was my main shirt. I made more than actually posting price tag on it altogether.
Okay, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So just like experiment with like the donation type of, because I know that like some comedy shows do that, where they'll be like, hey, it's like donation, whatever. It's like not really a ticket price, but they're like donations, please.
Walk around with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that experiment went very, very well. So now I know what I'm pretty much valued at. It's around 25 to 30 for shirts and stuff.
Okay. So you still doing like all your comedy and stuff? Like you still throwing those like all black shows that you were just talking about, or?
Well, at that bar, I kind of burnt that bridge, because they they took me off schedule for a while, and then when they put me back on, I was like, how about y'all suck my dick? And I was like, y'all are fucked up for this and that. And I was, stated my case there, and they were like, you know what? How about this? You're fired for trying to sabotage the business. And I was like,
damn.
It is what it is. I said,
man.
You know what? I believe in my dreams more than your paycheck, so suck a pussy, fuck a pussy, leave it at. That's what I said. But other than that,
have you thought about trying to get another venue?
Yeah, I just haven't been out there too much. To be honest, for one person, everything I take on, making my own merch, going out and selling it for a day, making another video, going out and making another video, and finding a venue and setting up a show, and then finding the people and doing all this, and then marketing that. It's a lot. It is a lot. So I try to take it, as for the most part, day by day, because sometimes I'll feel bad. I'll feel bad if I can't take on everything, and I'm like, I am only human. I can take on what I can take on. So I've been working more on just partnerships and trying to work with other brands more, but I do want to do another comedy show. I did get booked for a show here at Junior's like 2 or 3 weeks ago on the fly, and I did that. But
good thing you were on your rollerblades. You could just roll right up.
As disappointing as it was, wasn't even on my rollerblades.
Oh.
But I made rollerblade jokes. Nobody else does that. But yeah, there's going to be another venue at some point with some more crazy shit, because when I skate around the city, I see so much that I can just pull out my phone and record it and keep it going from there. But you'll see me at some open mics here and there, because ultimately I just like to make people laugh. But like, online validations started getting old after COVID for so long. So I was like, I want to make people laugh in person. And I want to be around people who might just be as miserable as me, but we all laugh about it.
So I did do a little bit of research on you before the show, and I saw an interview.
You sound like a Fed so fucking much.
Dun dun dun. And I saw that you did an interview with I think Columbus. I don't know who, Columbus something. And
Good Day Columbus.
Yeah, maybe. You said that you're gonna run for mayor.
Yeah.
Is that real?
That was real.
Is that real? Are you still like doing it?
Instagram real. I haven't been pushing it, no. I haven't. I actually got canceled by protesters.
Oh,
and
shit.
After that, I was like, what the fuck? I was trying to save the city.
Wait, you had protesters?
So, all right, hear me out. So 2020, we all remember 2020.
Done. Here it is. Story time. ladies
Yeah,
and
story
gentlemen.
time. You know, George Floyd, protests, rioting, looting during that time. The cops were not paying attention to their cop car one day, so I had my rollerblades and I held on to the side and I recorded it. I ended up putting that on TikTok way later, probably like 6 months later. And for some reason, it got a huge wave of people that were like people I protested with that were like, he's a snitch, he's a cop Panda,
no.
making propaganda. And I was like, what the fuck? Were y'all like waiting to say that?
Dude, what the fuck?
And either way, it doesn't
Just
matter what my
because
stance.
you were holding on to a cop car.
Yeah, I might have I think I put a text that was like, the police respect me or something like that, and they were like, oh, he's working with the cops. So, and I'm like, dude, if I was working with the cops, everything I filmed in like protest, people would go to jail for. There's a lot that I couldn't post because I don't, it is what it is. But at that time, like it kind of conflicted my feelings of everything I fought for Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. But also I was like, okay, some of y'all people are just wanting a problem. You're wanting something to protest against, and now you're picking me to try to cancel. When I like,
You're like
what the fuck?
you're like the logic of the roller skating community.
yeah,
They're just like hating on you.
exactly.
You're
So
like,
I was
this
like,
guy loves cops. He's only half. He's mixed.
Dude.
This is man.
they were preaching that I love cops and propaganda and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay. So after that, when they started inviting or asking me to promote kind of controversial or political things, that's when I really stepped back and I was like, y'all can suck a pimple-covered dick. And they were getting mad because they were going on Twitter, and I was telling them on Twitter, just because I'm running for mayor, don't think I won't tell you to suck a pimple-covered dick. And they were like, what the fuck? And
My mayor can't say that to me.
it was like 2 nights in a row where I was like just writing real nasty shit, and it is what it is. It wasn't nothing like threatening, but it was something that they read and probably like, what the fuck?
Did you actually have like a group of protesters, like for real?
Not coming at me, no. I was in great talks with our local Antifa, and they forgave me. I spoke my piece, and I was like, hey, I'm not what they're painting it out to be. I was like, also, like, this is going a little too far. And they were like, we get you. And I was like, honestly, as a black man, this kind of makes me feel really weird and conflicting. So, half black man.
So he only feels partly bad about it.
Mm-hmm. But I was like, damn, man, y'all. I was like, I don't trust any of y'all. Y'all might turn on me fast.
Dude, that is wow. Just
Not a lot of people know that. That's something. There's stuff I still have to handle in private.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're still gonna see you run for mayor though in 2023.
If the ballot becomes open, I'll still try to put my shit down.
There it
For
is.
sure. Because I'm still more active than what's going on.
What would be your might as well if you're gonna
Pay me first, and we'll figure this shit out, bro. Smoke a joint in the Capitol. Maybe a little bit of Hennessy, a little bit of champagne. Looks like they're not having a good time up in that bitch.
No, not at all.
Let's have a good time first, and let's talk about what's going on.
What's like the biggest thing that you would want to fix?
I want to see cops smoking weed.
Legalize marijuana. let's
Legalize
get it.
that shit.
Just for cops.
Just
for cops.
Just for cops. But yeah, that and everybody gets a complimentary pair of rollerblades, like a stimulus pair of rollerblades.
Oh,
You get a
shit.
voucher to your local skate shop.
He's like, ladies and gentlemen, the gas prices are way too high in Columbus, Ohio. So the Department of Transportation.
That's a fact. That's one of the best parts about Columbus. You can skate from like Clintonville to German Village in like 30 minutes.
That's a long time.
Takes about 20 in a car, so what's
I guess you're right,
it's
dude.
cheaper.
Columbus is nuts with the amount of traffic. If you leave at 3:42, you'll get to wherever you need to be in 5 to 10 minutes. But if you leave at 3:44, for some odd reason, that 2-minute difference is like 40 minutes on the road.
I'm an inner city panda, so where I come from, Clintonville area, skating down to downtown is all downhill. So if I need to be somewhere, if I needed to skate here, I would have been here in 10, 15 minutes rather than dealing with the traffic and the stoplights and people
paying for fucking parking.
That part.
Fuck you, Columbus.
Wait.
Jesus Christ.
You pay for the parking?
No, I stopped because people told me I didn't have to do that shit.
Because it lets them know that you're there. That's why I had to tell my parents. They were sitting there like, we're trying to figure out this app. And I said, just don't pay it. And they were like, we'll get a ticket. I said, you don't live here. I was like, but also you're letting them know that you're here. So I get away with it all the time.
So we're getting
real niggas do real things, man.
So we're getting close to like near the end. Do we have any people in the audience who might have questions for your boy Hood Panda? Anybody?
I do.
Well, go for it.
Do you roller skate as well as rollerblade, one or the other? Because my understanding was during the pandy, the roller skating was the thing that was like.
Oh shit, those are
all
different.
over the
I didn't think
internet.
about that. Yeah.
The roller skating. Like,
roller-
all these hot girls in hot pants, roller skating.
There it is.
On TikTok.
I'm not a hot girl with hot pants. I'm actually a tan man with no pants usually.
See, maybe that's what was going on. Maybe they were all just talking about the roller skaters, and you just like took that on with the rollerbladers.
No,
You're like,
when it came about, like, so I've been aggressive skating for a while, so I can grind
wait, would
handrails
you
and
just
stuff.
aggressive skating?
Aggressive means like you're at the skate park, you're grinding rails, you're jumping big stuff, jumping off roofs, grinding down handrails.
What's the other type of passive skating?
Roller skating, distance skating.
Unless you're a derby girl or something.
Yeah, and once the pandemic hit, everybody respected what I could do on aggressive skates. But I don't do that because that's just not what I do. But it is mostly a women's sport. Not women's sport, but that community is like, I want to say like 85% female, women, non-binary, whatever.
I think that is just a product of, gender and, the politicization of skating. I
that's
think
kinda where it's at.
yeah, you know what I mean?
That part, the problem is, remember what I said
we need
about,
more men roller skaters, guys. That's what I'm trying to say here.
you remember what I said earlier about skateboarders used to make homophobic terms towards rollerbladers?
Right.
And we'd be like, oh no, we're not gay, we get mad. But the roller skating chicks would date those skateboarders and then wonder why they can't skate backwards.
Boom.
I mean, I guess it's not exactly a parallel there.
It has been a thing for a long time that girls that roller skate more than likely date skateboarders. It's actually kind of weird.
Oh shit.
But then when like real rollerbladers are around, they don't usually gravitate or
do they have like relays, like skate relays?
like races?
Yeah, like you skateboard, put on your fucking rollerblades, you start rollerblading, and then you know what I mean? Yeah, like a triathlon of skates.
Not really.
I
no.
think that's what you need to do. Start a like a Columbus skate triathlon.
Yeah. Also,
Fucking switch it up. Go for it.
Have you ever BMX biked?
dude, I'll be honest. I skate all around the city. I'm terrified to ride a bike around the city. I'm not that good at it. And they're heavy, like heavier than me. I'm pretty skinny.
Anybody else? We got any other questions? Fuck yeah, dude. Hood Panda, do you have a website? Do you have a place that people can find you if they're like listening or watching through the cameras? What website or what's your Instagram handle? Throw all that shit right there.
My Instagram handle. Oh, he's
Oh,
got
shit.
a question.
Oh, I can't see
We got 2 questions.
Oh, go for it.
Hey, what age do you think you're gonna hang up the skates?
That's a good question. What age am I going to hang up the skates? I don't know, man. I know people that are really old that still skate, and it goes from aggressive skates where which hurts, honestly, you're grinding down stuff, you're jumping off stuff, to the more recreational side where it's more of just kind of a fitness where you're just hitting the trail. I don't know. I'd say I reevaluate in like 10, 15 years. I know some people that are still skating at like 40, 44 years old. Probably skating more than me, but you just gotta take care of yourself.
Hey man, all I'm saying is if Joe Biden can be president and talk like he does, you can fucking rollerblade as long as you want.
Yeah. We had another question over there too.
Have you ever fucked in the skates? Follow-up question. How often?
That's a good question.
There's a couple ways of
Okay,
it.
follow-up question. By fucked in the skates, do you mean like did he put his dick in the skates?
That's exactly what I was just trying to calculate. I was like, when you say fucking skates, do you mean myself, the skates, or somebody else with the skates? Like,
What about while skating as well? Like,
That's essentially what I mean.
there's definitely a little roll in, roll out, but
Roll out!
yeah. Yes, myself. Yes.
by yourself or? Yeah, what do you mean?
Sometimes when it's cold and you want to go outside and skate, you have to warm up. And
I'll warm it up.
yeah, the best thing skates, you'd be surprised, skates are good for a lot of things, like squat potties. If I gotta take a shit and I got big wheels,
Dude,
good.
hell yeah, dude.
For real.
That's fucking amazing.
It is.
Dude, I'm always trying to find shit in the bathroom like, oh, fucking.
I'll move it.
No, I mean you're sitting, but like if I gotta like pop my legs out, they just roll right out, and then I pop them back up, and I'm like,
Have you ever
You know.
while moving? Ever?
while moving?
Yeah.
No, but I
Next.
ain't gonna lie.
We got a new,
Been wanting to
new
do that.
stunt.
It's time.
Shit, well,
I've seen Steve-O live, and when I seen that, I was like, you know, I should take a shit while skating.
Hell yeah.
I would love to do
While
that.
holding onto a car.
I think we had another question, some waves over here.
G mode right now.
Say again?
A G mode. How long was the longest you ever skated? How many miles?
Oh, longest I've ever skated. I'll tell you two. So in a day, it was 28 and a half miles. In a month, it was 112. I've done that.
We have Fire Squad here. We have.
I knew I shouldn't have bring my mixtape.
Motherfucker! They heard us.
Y'all heard that fire, huh?
For a second, I was like,
You're not strippers though.
We really got firemen in here.
Yeah, what's going
Or
on?
are they strippers? Hey.
Over here?
Follow up on her question. What's the farthest you've ever skated to get some pussy?
Yeah.
What's the farthest I've ever skated to get some pussy?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Fireman's lab.
Hey, we have a live show if you guys want to join. Our
yeah.
tax dollars
It's-
are paying for it.
It's
so-
a fire show.
Yeah.
Farthest I've ever skated for some pussy was probably about 3 to 4 miles from Clintonville to like Old Town East, and I couldn't find it, so I skated around the block a couple times.
It wasn't right there, just.
It wasn't.
It wasn't right there. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm up these stairs," and I was like, "Great."
Any more questions? You might have to wave your hand if you are raising it. 'Cause
Wave it
we
up.
can't see shit. All right, I think that's
He's
good.
scratching his head. Never mind.
He's scratching his head. Hood Panda, where can we find you? Where's all your
In the
shit?
streets.
In the streets.
In the
where
bike
it'll be.
lane on Hudson. I don't know. You can follow me on Instagram at Hood Panda. That's HOOD Panda. You can find me on Twitter as The Hood Panda. You can find me on YouTube. Search Hood Panda, or Hood Panda TV is the channel.
Ooh, shit. You got TikTok?
Oh yeah, you can find me on TikTok. I be dancing and shit. I be doing some weird shit on TikTok. So if you want to see,
Yeah, if you want to
see some like
the
kind of
true-
cringy shit, go to the
true
TikTok.
the true nature of what the panda's capable
Yeah.
of.
If you go to my Instagram, you'll see some like crazy shit. Message me
Deers.
and-
There, you'll see him fucking deers. You'll see him fucking everything.
Dear God.
You have a website or anything?
Not
Like,
really. No.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually I do everything through Instagram because I connect with people the most that way. So usually I'll do, if I sell merch and stuff, I'll tell you where I'm gonna be at. I'll post it on my story. You can respond and tell me you want it. That's how I like to go.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah. Make it one way accessible for the most part.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for fucking watching. Everybody, thanks for coming out to the fucking live show of Hood Panda.
Yeah. Hey, I salute y'all.
Yeah.
I holla at y'all. And I be with y'all.
I was gonna say, just keep in mind, remember you guys can always support the podcast. We
My Venmo's Hood Panda too.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and put that up there. Plug
Hood
it
Panda number 2 or Hood Panda also?
up. Just Hood Panda. Just Hood Panda.
You're not gonna donate.
Yeah, so you guys can support the podcast. You guys can watch us on Spotify. You guys can watch us on YouTube. All that good stuff. We got I got a show at the Dolphin Lounge on June 5th. I'll be at the Funny Bone on June 30th.
Dolphin.
Air Dolphin.
Air
Yeah,
Dolphin.
let's invite Air
Yeah,
Dolphin.
Air Dolphin. Let's fucking do
He's
it.
more expensive than me.
But guys, thank you guys so much. That has been our show for this week. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Yeah.
Cue the music.
Music.